Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and we have a brand new breakdown for you today. It's going to be on Kenny Pickett's Pro Day, and we'll start the video right now. This is the newest edition of the Performance Lab.
Reach your individual goals. You don't want to just talk about straight line speed. We also want to talk about your ability to be quick. We break down your video. Let's make you into the quarterback I know you can become.
All right, so there is a ton of buzz, a ton of anticipation for, the NFL draft, and also, there's a lot around Kenny Pickett. Is he going to be the first quarterback taken in, the NFL draft this April? Would love to hear your comments on who you think is going to be, taken first. I do think he's going to end up getting taken first or be taken first. I kind of think that Malik Willis is going to have a better, career though. I think Malik Willis adds a little bit more potential value. I'm more on a Malik Willis believer than I am a Kenny Pickett believer. Just before we hop into that, just thought I would go ahead and let you guys know. I really think Malik Willis has a lot of great potential with his mechanics and his throwing, and then I also he's a really good playmaker too. So I do think that he's going to bring a lot to the table. First, the camera people at these things should probably put a bigger focus on the quarterbacks. Like they have all these cameras all over the place and you're not even showing the quarter. Like if you're watching a Kenny Pickett Pro Day, you should put the, better angles on Kenny Pickett, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of great breakdowns of, like the Josh Allens and Patrick Mahomes and all that. And, the camera angles for those are so much better here. We never even got really a good side profile shot of Kenny Pickett throwing the entire time. So anyway, big time load, right? We can see he really sits back into this back leg as he's going through the throw. What I would say, is a great thing to take from this is what are the routes that he's throwing, right? We got to be able to, as a quarterback, be at, the 22, 23 yard line and be able to throw a comeback to the 45 and put that in an accurate place consistently, right? So you can see he takes a couple steps, hitches into it, and delivers a strike in the right place, right? Is accurate on it, as throws on time, right? Those are the types of throws you guys should be working on, right? So when you go and you have the opportunity to be able to maybe throw to a net or things like that, you should be working on a 5-step drop, throwing it to the left, 5-step drop, throwing it to the right, 5-step drop, throwing with the hitch, and putting a lot on it, right? Having the ability to gain velocity behind the throw. How do we gain more velocity? We got to be able to have better hip and shoulder disassociation. We got to be able to sit more onto the back leg. We got to be able to load and get that elbow up when we load the football, right? We want to be consistent in how we are transitioning the elbow through and the ball through as we're going through that load, right? We go and we load that elbow, we load that hand, and immediately, we want to be getting the ball to start turning around and getting that elbow to start firing forward. So, those small things end up making a big difference. We got to be very, very aware of what is our rhythm, what is our timing, how are we generating force and power overall. So this is here on the right is a good example of where he's going and he's stepping. You can see where he's at here with those hips and how he's utilizing the position of his arms to be able to create that hip and shoulder disassociation, right? So he's able to open up those hips, able to keep that front shoulder closed, and then he uses that front arm to kind of pull himself down and initiate bringing that elbow through, right? There wants to be a little bit more connection. I think that there's a big focus for a lot of people on that front arm being, close to the chest, and I think it's supposed to be close to the chest, but I think there's almost too much of a focus on that, right? The position of that front hand at the finish, and not enough about how that front hand makes a big difference in that transition phase and being able to generate more force and being able to drive that elbow through a little bit more effectively. So, to me, I think there's a lot more potential gains that you could be having with your, throw if you're able to utilize that front arm effectively. All right, and you don't want to use that front arm to pull yourself off to the side. You want to be pulling yourself back, right? I see a lot of guys, especially when they throw deep, start trying to lean over to the side with their spine, which ends up really being, an issue in terms of being able to transfer your weight forward, right? The idea here when we're throwing is we want to be transferring the weight forward, not going off to the side. So, another example of, somebody that is doing a lot of the things that we talked about in the past with, the mechanics. Again, what stands out the most here, I've done a breakdown with him when he's actually playing, some of the selections that he chose from a throwing perspective, as well as, just being able to see, some of the accuracy stuff. He's very consistent, right? He's one of those guys that, is able to, effectively throw all the throws, is accurate. He's not going to wow you, but, he does his job. And so There's not much not to like with Kenny Pickett, in my opinion, but it's hard to really love Kenny Pickett at the same time, right? It's like, it's not that I don't like him, but it's that I don't love him, right? When you see Malik Willis, it's like, you gotta love that arm, you love the playmaking ability, that translates to me a little bit better to the NFL, and that's why I think that he might be the more valuable pick. If I was a GM, but I'm obviously a YouTube creator, so maybe that's why. It's because I make decisions like that. But we'll see. Time will tell. But as always, thanks for watching. If you like the information, click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, you can leave those down below. We got a ton of value in the description down below. A ton of things happening right now. We got a camp going on in a couple weeks. We got the Throw 60 program. We have throw breakdowns, individual throw breakdowns. We have an ebook. There's so many things in the description, so many things that can help you in improving. You could also set up a Zoom call with me to be able to go over the Throw 60 program. So all of that's going to be in the description down below. As always, thanks for watching these videos, guys. And I'm dedicated to be able to provide the most value for you guys. So I'm going to keep on doing that here. We're setting up a camp in LA. Really excited about being able to do that. And I'm also really excited to continue to help you guys in the Throw 60 program. Continue to improve and continue to help you in throwing the football further. And we want to be able to help more guys out. So if you're looking to throw the ball further, go ahead and click that link down below. And looking forward to working with you. Talk to you guys soon.